earlier today, news came out that Michigan was planning on suspending Sherrone Moore, their head coach, again, still relating to the Connor Stallions investigation. They said that they were going to suspend him for, I believe, games 3 and 4, right? And that those suspensions would take place for the Central Michigan game and the game against Nebraska. They would not apply for the opener at Oklahoma. Correct me if I'm wrong, Adam. I believe Michigan opens at Oklahoma. And it's a bit odd that they're putting the suspension in place for Moore in weeks 3 and 4. The reason they say they do it is because Moore played at Oklahoma and is really looking forward to coaching and being honored as a former Oklahoma player, coming back there with that background for the Oklahoma game. If I remember, I think that Urban Meyer had some Florida Gator players suspended for the first 2 weeks of the season, and then they had a hurricane that necessitated one of those games not being played, and Urban Meyer let the guys play against Tennessee, which was, I believe, week 3, and said that they would serve their suspension for game 2 in November. That was an all-timer. That you would say, well, of course, we've got the 2-game suspension, but I think it was a hurricane. They had to reschedule one of those weeks. And so as a result, the suspension ended up being a floating suspension, and the players weren't able to play in November whenever that game was replayed. But they were able to play in week 3 against Tennessee. I seem to remember that. I think it was kind of indicative of this. It's weird. The story doesn't seem to be going away with Sherrone Moore. I don't know about most of you. I just don't care about the NCAA anymore. The NCAA, because players are getting paid and everybody is doing whatever they can to get the best players, I just feel like most of the cheating allegations, even if they're true, they don't really resonate anymore, because once players are being paid, being concerned about the picayune details of NCAA rulebooks just feels to me like wasted energy.